I think the issues with hearing have taken over a number of years. It's like eyesight, I suppose, that you don't know what you don't hear until somebody keeps nudging you saying you're not hearing things. My hearing has caused problems over the last 5 or 6 years, and so I had some tinnitus, probably listening to too much loud music in various places I shouldn't have been. And I gradually needed to see a GP about what was happening with my left ear. I had a referral into a consultant at Wharfdale Hospital to investigate it, and the upshot of that was at some point I was going to need hearing aids. My hearing was deteriorating, and that's what's led me to where I am now. Starting with a GP, I went to Wharfdale for an investigation of the hearing. Then I had a referral to the LGI for a hearing test. At that time, it's 2 or 3 years ago now, it was decided it was 50-50. It was my decision whether I should go down the hearing aid route, and I put it off at that time. I went back for another referral, and went back for another hearing test, and at that time it was at Wharfdale, I think. No, it was at Bramhope. So I went to Bramhope and had a hearing test, and at that time I was offered 2 hearing aids, which is the offer I took up, and I was told it was a 3 or 4 month wait for fitting. So I waited for that period of time, and then I've had them fitted about, so that was February I went for the hearing test, and June when the hearing aids were fitted. A little bit baffling when somebody says a 3 or 4 month wait and then they don't give you an appointment, so then you're waiting for an appointment to come through, and I end up ringing a couple of times to say what's happened to the appointment, and you just wonder if you don't ring up what would happen. Would you just be forgotten? Because the period becomes so long that you start wondering what's happening with it. So I think there's a bit an issue around the administration of it, but it's also, I suppose, I know the review going on about how the service is provided, and having spoken to some of the staff, I think they feel that there are improvements that they could make as staff if they were given the opportunity. And without being political, I think there's a resource issue. It's about funding to some extent. And it's also about what do people want, because we all want different things depending on what your mobility is, what other problems you might have, what other disabilities you may have. I'm fairly fortunate, in fact, I don't have a great deal of issues other than hearing, so mobility is not a problem now, but of course in the future it might be different. The hearing aid service in Leeds is a little bit scattered, I suppose is the word I'd use for it. I've been to quite a number of places already. I've been to Wharfdale, I've been to the LGI for an initial examination, I've been down to St James's Hospital, and I've been up to my local service area, which is at Holt Park. So that's already 4, and one at Bramhope. So I've been to 5 different places already. So I've seen all sorts of different people, all very nice, but all a little bit scattered around the city. And I suppose the other issue is about contacting the service, because you usually do it via the LGI by telephone, and that can be problematical at times of getting through to them. Choose and Book's great because you just book online and you book your appointments, and I'm used to, I think even as older people are used to doing stuff online, and I have an iPad and it's easy enough to book stuff. So there's an issue around about access, I think. I have a very good relationship with my GP because I've known him for many years, and he knows me, and he knows what. I don't need to keep going back over history. He knows the history, so it would be good if you could go to see somebody and have that continuity from the hearing test to the fitting to the actual going onwards, because sometimes you need to go back and say there's an issue, can we have them turned up a bit please, or the discomforts, whatever there are, and it would be good if you could see the same person. That doesn't happen at the moment because the service is so scattered, you just pick up a point wherever you can, and that's the reality of it. I think that could be organised better. I'm not sure how we would do that, but perhaps it needs one centre in Leeds that people can get to, but it has to be where there's bus access, it has to be where there's parking. There's just a whole issue around what the people want, I think. I think there's an issue about resources for the whole hearing aid service in Leeds, and it's a national health service issue. You have to buy your glasses, pay for your glasses, hearing aids are for free. I think perhaps there's an issue around, I'm not advocating to pay for everything, but there is an issue about is there enough resources to provide the service that people want. We're all used to technology now, and we're all used to iPads and computers. The hearing aids are now digital, they've moved on a lot. It's about getting the best equipment out of the health service, because it's a health issue, and I don't really want to go into the private service because when I feel like I need to be within the medical services. I think the service is good. It's just about how do you pull it all together to make it a bit more continuity of staff. It would be great for me if I saw the same people all the time. They'll get used to people and they'll get used to what my issues were without having to go back to the whole thing every time you go for an appointment.